Hi everyone, I'm Peggy Rometo and this is the Weekly Wake Up. Okay, so let's take a moment, close our eyes, go into our heart, take 3 long breaths, letting go of everything that you think you should know about this week and about what you're projecting for yourself and what you'd like to have happen, and just kind of let it all go so we can really get some solid information about what's going to support us and being able to move forward and be the best that we can be this week. All right, so go into the heart, do that cleansing breath of just letting go, and then 3 long breaths. Okay, so I'm really being shown that this week has a lot to do with timing, having good timing, having perfect timing. And one of the ways to do that is, when we all can have our own agenda, right? When we want to accomplish something, or we have our goals, or we have kind of like it made up in our mind how things are going to look, right? That's kind of like from our perspective or our point of view. Well, this week, if you can let go of that and really focus instead around divine timing, or the timing that's going to support whatever it is, that goal that you have set for yourself or the thing that you want to have happen, and you let that go, but then you pay attention to the timing in front of you, right? Which is this good timing for this person to have the conversation? Yes, I need to talk to them, right? And I really need to get their help with a project, or I really need to get them to make that introduction for me. And I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to call them right now, right? And I'm just going to like do it. And then you get them on the other end of the line and you just forge ahead and you just say everything you need to say, and you've caught them completely off guard. They can't give you their focus or their attention, and the phone call goes terribly, right? Have you had those moments before? So this is about those kind of divine moments, that paying attention, having an awareness about, yeah, I have a goal in mind, I have something I want to accomplish this week, or this month or this year, and I'm going to do everything that I can to get it. This is where you let all that go and you pay attention from the other person's perspective. How are they right now? Is it a good time to talk to them? Are they scattered? Do I need to do something for them first? Maybe I need to just be a good friend first. Maybe I just need to listen to them before I launch into what I need from them, right? So you want to pay attention to other people's needs, where they're at, are they prepared, to have a conversation, do they have the time? And some of the ways you can do that is just by stopping and saying, hey, there's something I want to run by you, is now a good time, right? So sometimes just asking permission for the time is going to help you, as opposed to being anxious or nervous and just launching into whatever it is that you wanted to say. So divine timing is really important this week, and especially paying attention to the energy around you. Is there an opening there, or am I forcing things? So you don't want to force things, because you're just not going to get the result that you want. It's going to be easier for you if you just pay attention to divine timing, and what happens is things naturally open up. There's a segue, and a lot of times what I always tell my clients is like, listen, if you're going to an event and you're going to run into that partner, that person that you've been either trying to get a date with, or you're trying to get their business, just put a note to the universe. Hey, make an opening for me, a natural opening. And if I see the natural opening, then that's my sign that this can work, that there's an opportunity here. And if there's no natural opening, I'll take the cue that, nope, don't do that. It's going to hurt the relationship. It's going to hurt our friendship. It's going to break rapport with them. So you just want to pay attention to those signs this week. And it's really going to help us and support us in being able to reach our goals. But it's really about reading the energy of what's going on over there before we launch into what we want to have happen. Okay, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. Okay, the other thing is really it's about trust, and really trusting that if it's meant to be, it's going to happen, right? If it's supposed to work out, it's going to happen. And if they're supposed to be my partner, it's going to show up, right? And letting go. So, when we can let go and we can really allow the universe to let us see other people's characters, other people's desire, whether or not it would really be a good partner, don't be afraid to see what's really there. Don't be afraid to see, their flaws. Now, for some of us, it's the opposite. All we do is see people's flaws. All we do is see what's wrong with people. And it's like, how am I supposed to go in business with them? How am I supposed to be their roommate? How am I supposed to have a relationship with that person? Right? So if you're wired like that, then you want to just recognize, first of all, that that's how you're wired, right? You're wired to see what's wrong. And probably because you're a really good fixer, probably because you're a solution person. And that's why it's easy for you to bring solutions, because you always see what's wrong to make it right. So if that's how you're wired, you want to let go this week, and you want to trust that it can work out, that there can be a match made where you can actually start to see somebody else's value and their worth. And if you can't, then let it go. And then know, you know what? The universe is going to bring me somebody better. The universe knows that there's a different way and a better plan. So pay attention this week. Trust your instincts to what you're getting in the moment. Don't force issues, and be aware if you're somebody who's always used to finding the negative so that you can fix it. Let that go too, and see if the other person can show you something positive. All right, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. So you're also being guided to don't be afraid to say what it is you need or what it is that you want. And at the same time, you want to have an expectation or a positive opening there that you're going to get it, that it is going to happen, right? It just may not happen in the way that you have it worked out in your mind or with the timing that maybe you have set up for it. And then again, it might, right? So it's about constantly being the co-creator and letting go. And this week, there's a lot of energy of support, but it has to have that divine timing, right? So this is not about rushing in, empowering, and strong arming somebody, but about relaxing and let it open up and carry you. And if it doesn't, then the timing's not there yet, or the person or the situation has not yet come together. So it's a really big week all around, getting us, maneuvering us with where we're supposed to be, who we're supposed to partner with, who's going to support us. So this is a big week of almost like I see the universe like being the chess player, moving things in motion. So our job is to stay out of our own way and let the movement happen, right? We have to put ourselves out there and we have to say the things we need to say, right? But mainly partnering with the universe and then seeing how the universe is going to maneuver or set the table for us. So this is a big week for that. So don't pressure, don't push yourself into situations where you're forcing issues. Okay, so anything else about this week that we need to be aware of? So just being reminded to keep things simple. Don't overcomplicate things. You're being asked to trust the simplicity. You're being asked to trust the truth when it shows up. Sometimes our ego likes to create a lot of confusion or diversion instead of just trusting the truth, the simple truth, right? So just be aware this week that there may be that the truth is simple. That's all I want to say about that. Just that the truth is simple. And if we're starting to overcomplicate things, that's either because we've got some fear that's working there, or just our ego needing to make ourselves seem smarter, or making see that it's a little more substance than what's really there. So it's kind of like fake news, fake collaboration. You don't want any of that. So all of that will kind of like fall to the wayside so you can really see simply the truth. All right. So it's a really great week for a lot of clarity. A lot of truthful information is going to show up. And our job is just to create that opening for ourselves and then see what the universe is bringing, who's stepping into it, and where that opening is. All right, let's see if there's any last words of wisdom that we have the universe wants to share with us. Just again, bringing this full circle back to, you remember as a kid playing jump rope maybe, right? And there was that timing when you had to jump in. And if there were two of you, right, then you had to time that, right? So it's the timing. So just have patience this week. Notice the timing of things, knowing when to jump, and trusting that you're going to have great timing, right? So that's how I would set this week up. I've got perfect timing. I've got divine timing. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to notice those nuances, and and everything is going to work out beautifully. So I feel like if you set yourself up that way this week, you're going to start to notice that things are going to come in beautifully. Synchronistic events can open up and happen for us. So that's the mindset we want to start with, and we want to open ourselves up to being able to receive that. And when we do, can you guys feel that energy kind of coming in now, especially around more around the lower part of your body? There's just, some of you may experience it as goosebumps or vibrations or a lightness happening. That's usually when you start to hit like a nerve or a vein of truth or a shift in consciousness that starts to come in. So just be aware that there are openings this week for you to have perfect and divine timing, for you to accomplish your goals and to get the things that you want, but no forcing issues. Be patient. The universe is going to open up for us and give us those perfect divine moments. All right, you guys, have an amazing week. Thank you for paying attention and to your life and to be able to step into it so you could really shine, because we need everybody to shine. We need everybody's gifts out there. That's how the world works, right? We connect with one another and we're all on the same playing front and we all need one another. So if everybody has divine timing, man, what a great week this will be. So have fun, enjoy it. Thank you so much for sharing my weekly wake up and for commenting below, and have a great week, and I'll see you again next week.